Hello and welcome to MSE 402. My name is Dale Deerdorf. I'm your facilitator and instructor for Engineering Project Management. This course is going to walk you through all of the introduction, intermediate, and advanced phases required to really understand project management. I'm going to introduce you to a new model that's going to have 6 phases in it. We're going to map over into the PMI PMBOK guide and how the phases there align with the areas that I'm going to expose you to. We're going to give you a chance to start running a simulation with a company called ECS, and you're going to be working on a project team for ECS. In addition to that, you'll have some independent assignments you're going to do and a lot of fun things that we're going to expose you to. So let's go ahead and jump into that model that I talked about. So projects all have a start and a finish, and we're going to start you in the introduction phase. This is where best practices, a project resume, the team contract, the project proposal, and selecting the project all can be accomplished. So that's the introduction phase. You'll see that what we've done is we've laid a project out from start to finish. And one of the unique characteristics you'll see is that in the beginning of the introduction phase, I actually have a step for you called best practices. You'll notice that at the back end of the project, there's a step for creating best practices, but this step is focused on you having the opportunity to look at what people have done on previous projects. And what are the best practices, what are the lessons learned we've implemented that we should be starting to focus on. So these are the 5 areas in the introduction phase. You're going to notice that quality and changes are the 2 sidebars, and that quality is something that is maintained throughout the entire project from front to back. Even though it's only called out on the side, it is still pulled into this stage, and changes are constantly happening throughout a project. And that's why you see the change bar on the side continuing to have arrows splintering in. You'll see that throughout the entire project. So let's go ahead and go into, I'll call it the starting 10,000 view of what your course is going to look like for Module 1 or Week 1. And if you go to the image right next to me where it says Week 1 lecture, you're going to see that we've already got a lecture established for you for Week 1, and it's on the project introduction phase. That phase that we talked about that had those 5 components, I've put a lecture together for you specifically on that material. It's very valuable for you. It's going to walk you through a lot of, I'll call it, critical key information that you may not have heard from other people. So it's going to be something that is going to be very, very important for you to really understand. It's going to set the stage for everything else in the Week 1 or Module 1 area that we're going to talk about. Now, in addition to that, the next image over is going to be the Week 1 Zoom live presentation. So on Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I run that Week 1 or a weekly Zoom live lecture, that presentation. And this presentation is going to be on what is a project. It'll be talking about project definition. What are the components of a project? What's unique about a project? In addition to laying the stage for all the areas that you're going to walk through this week. Now, the third image over you're going to see is the ECS PMO message. On a weekly basis, you're going to get a message from the ECS PMO. Now, from your previous viewings and your readings, you'll understand that you're functioning as a member of a project team for a company called ECS, Energy Creative Solutions out of Seattle. We've hired your team. Your project team has been hired, and you have specific assignments that you will go through on a weekly basis associated with functioning for the ECS company. You've been hired into a matrix environment, and we will move people around if necessary or offer you resources. And what you're going to see in the Week 1 message is a series of questions that you must reply back to me on. The PMO interaction with you will happen on a weekly basis, and it'll have challenges for you, and it'll have opportunities that are made available for you on your project. And you'll see that in Week 1, we've got a gentleman named Nigel Fields who is a Mega Driver SME. SME is a subject matter expert, and we're offering him to your team. We're giving you an opportunity to have a subject matter expert on a high technology product, a component that has high risks associated with your project. So That's one of the advantages we've got. The disadvantage, or the opportunity, if we twist it around, the challenge for you is that we don't have an official project manager for your team. So what we've done is we've asked you, are you okay with functioning with every team member being a project manager one time for 1 week and rotating that role? So you have a series of questions that we've asked you. One is, who's the team leader this week? So somebody needs to volunteer to be the team leader. And are you okay with functioning in this environment we've described? And then the third piece of it is, do you want Nigel or Niles? If you do want him, then you need to let us know. We can assign him to other projects. There's a lot of different projects going, and he is in high demand. But we have made him available for you for your project if you'd like. Now, let's go ahead and drop right below that PMO message. You're going to see that I've got spaces there for you for 2 different textbooks. So we've got 2 different textbooks for this course. One is something that is going to be very valuable for you in your project management career. Some of you may have previous versions of it, but it's going to be the week or the module 6. It's version 6 of the PMBOK guide, the PMI Book of Knowledge, or what it's called the Body of Knowledge. This is going to show you or define for you process from a project management perspective. It'll walk you through all of the components. So each week as we're reading, we're going to start at the beginning of a project. We're going to work through all of the components. All of the pieces of it are going to be described for you here. This will be a very valuable resource for you as you move through your project career. Now, in addition to that, Gray and Larson have got an incredible textbook on project management. This is the 7E version of it. You may have a blue version because it may not be hardbound. You may have the paperback version. This particular book is one that I've used for all of the different editions, and I can tell you that the case studies that are in here, the textbook writings, the way they describe projects and the way they evolve it for you is going to be something that will be very, very valuable for you. It isn't a 1,000-page book, so I'm not giving you something that's going to be an encyclopedia that you put on your wall and never touch again. These are meant to be resources that you use and can go back into to find things that are very valuable for you. So the week 1 readings out of both these areas are going to be critical for how we move forward as we continue in the course. Now, there is a third book that I want to make you aware of, and it's through the PMBOK, the PMI organization, and it's a manager's book, and it's specifically set up, it's the manager's book of forms. And this book has templates and forms that may be slightly different from what I'm presenting you in here, but it is something that I want you to know is available to you if you'd like to pick it up. It is not something that I would recommend going out and getting. I'm going to highlight for you on a weekly basis the forms that are either identical to what we show you or the areas that they've made some changes. But there is a book out there for you on forms if you'd like it, just to give you information on another resource. Now, let's go ahead and jump across from the textbooks into the project definition area of our week 1 discussion activities. Every week there will be 2 discussion activities that you'll be responsible for participating in. Each, I'll call it threaded discussion or discussion activity, must have 3 posts on 3 separate days to get full credit for it. So for discussion activity number 1, you would need to come in prior to Wednesday or on Wednesday and put your first post in, and then 2 discussion posts after that on other people's information that they've put in there. And then for threaded discussion number 2, you would do the same thing. So there'll be a total of 6 posts that are you're required to do. And you need to do that to get full credit for the discussion activities. Now, the discussion activities are going to mimic and sometimes encompass some of the textbook readings, some of what we discuss in the live Zoom lectures, or in the recorded lectures. So this is an environment or an area where you really get a chance to flush out what your thinking is in these particular areas. We're going to talk about advanced concepts here. It's really going to give you a comfortable feeling from a project management standpoint. Now, there's 2 other things that I want to talk to you about. One is going to be the team assignments, and those are all going to be ECS based. ECS being that, energy consulting, company, services company that we've got for you that you're working for out of Seattle, Washington. So The first area you're going to see is going to be based upon a proposal. We're going to give you a sheet of 25 different, I'll call it high technology areas where you can take a recyclable resource and create energy from it. You're going to select one of those projects. Your team will be working on one of those projects only, and you will be able to customize all of your environment based upon that particular selection. So one of the things that we need you to fill out is a project proposal form. You'll see the template for it here. We have input for you on the course project, so there's a lot of information for you, but what we need you to do, go ahead and glean that information, get it to the point where you really understand it well, and then make that project selection, fill out the information that's required, the basic information on the project proposal form. It's going to ask you for rough guesstimations for things like costs, schedule, potential resources, risks, just the high level perspective of where you think your team is going to be performing from. Now, in addition to that, the other team-based project that you've got, or other team-based assignment that you're required to put together, is a team contract. And you'll see that we've got a copy of a team contract here for you. As you read the guidelines for it, you're going to see that it's a template, and it's going to give you the opportunity to lay out for yourself your team norms. Come up with a team name for yourself, a unique identifier for what you want to call your team. You need to put down together information on how you deliver projects. What are the repercussions for not delivering information to one of the other people on time? Contact information. What are the rules and regulations that your team is going to function by? What are you accountable for? So there's a really good set of guidelines here for you. It'll show you how to put your team together, and we want to try to get you into that team norming and performing stage as quickly as possible if we look at the Tuckman model for 5 stages of team development. I want to try to get you out of that storming side as soon as possible into the performing side. Those are the weekly assignments that are required from the ECS perspective for team-based assignments. Now, whoever the team leader is this week is going to be responsible for making sure these assignments get submitted. Everyone doesn't have to submit it, just the team leader. You're going to see an opportunity on the team contract for you to put a digital signature to accept everything that's in that. So all you have to do is put people's names down and the date that they basically say that they acknowledge that they're part of the team and they accept the guidelines that you've got, and that works for getting it submitted. You only need the team leader to submit not only the contract but the project proposal form. Now, from an individual standpoint, you've got individual assignments in week 1, module 1, and in week 6, module 6. So in week 1, the first one you've got is going to be a skills-based resume. And what we've done is we've created a template for you that you need to fill out, and I want you to put together a resume specifically targeted towards skills-based for projects. It's going to be a project management resume in essence. If you have specialty skills, like you know how to run Microsoft Visio or Microsoft Project, other team members are going to want to know that, because we will have components while we're moving through this course where you may want to have someone or know that someone already has previous experience in a couple areas. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all of these are standards. These are standard programs that we expect you to understand, but we've got a couple that are going to push you into new boundaries. So there's a couple software packages that you may have to start to explore. In addition to that, once you've got that skills-based resume submitted, you want to put that in the team area for everybody also on your project team to see what your skills are. Share it there and submit it into the gradebook for me. Now, finally, whoever the team leader is this week, they're going to be responsible for putting together the team leadership report. That team leadership report is going to give you an opportunity to lay out what the objectives for the week were, what your success was. It can be confidential or it can be shared. Sometimes team members like to share it. Other times team members want to keep it confidential. You submit it as the team leader into the gradebook. You need to know that this is a handshake document also. So whoever the Module 2 team leader is would love to take a look at where you're handing them the project. What does the project handoff look like? So those are the assignments we've got for you from an individual perspective in week 1. You won't have another one until we get into module 6, which will be the peer review. You can see that we have a lot on your plate. There's 2 things that a project manager or someone that's studying project management really needs to understand. You have 2 areas of control that directly impact the performance of your project: effectiveness and efficiency. Effectiveness, how effective can you be? Efficiency, how quickly can you do what you need to do? Your objective is to get the right people working on the right thing at the right time to maximize both of those. That's what a great project manager does. And each week and in each module, we're going to focus on what it takes to make you not only a better project manager than you are now, or if you're new coming in, how to really take that role as a project manager and be able to move your organization forward in a positive direction. So once again, my name is Dale Dierdorf. This has been week 1's video overview. I look forward to talking to you not only in the lecture areas, but in the threaded discussions or the discussion activities. I want you to have a great week. Congratulations on being included into MSE 402, Engineering Project Management. Have a great week. Goodbye.